how we make money in crypto, regardless of how the market moves. Let's see which trades I'm watching throughout the day today. First, let's go through the crypto market quickly. You know that yesterday I was saying that I'm looking at this move above previous highs and the fact that we're at a point that's normally bullish and would make the difference between a bear market and a bull market. But for now, I don't see an aggressive continuation from the buyers. And when we expand on a much smaller time interval, we'll discover that this retest, which I normally would have liked to see in the form of a bullish flag, yeah, to have been something like this, to think about a continuation. On the contrary, this retest is happening according to a bearish pattern. Yeah, because we have impulse, aggressive retracement, and sideways movement, which would be a V reversal. In such conditions, I can't think about buy trades. But throughout today, I'll be watching to see if there's weakness on the Bitcoin side. And on the contrary, we'll have a downward move and a break below the previous day's low. From the moment the price goes below the previous day's low, I'd look for sell trades. In the past few days, we discussed setups, some of which we saw hit the profit target, but right now, this setup from the past few days would still be in play, which was based on the breakout retest idea, and now we see we're in the bearish zone. It hasn't hit its stop loss, but it would be preferable from the moment we see if we'd still have a chance to see a move above this area, above this entry zone. I placed the stop loss at break even and looked to close this trade as the price had every reason to make an upward move, and I'll only consider new buy trades if it goes above the previous day's high, because from there it'll enter a bullish zone and I'll only be interested in long trades. We can replicate the same thing if we go and open trades on other coins according to the Bitcoin chart. But I'll explain how you can learn these things because I have that 100% free course, but I'll explain at the end. Let's see what trades we can think about for stocks too. You know, I was telling you yesterday, I'm interested in bullish setups because from my point of view, we have a false breakout pattern at this consolidation. We had a larger move to the downside, and from the moment the trend line started being broken, we were entering a bullish zone. We see that likewise, I'm maintaining the bullish sentiment throughout today as well. That's exactly why in the coming hours, I'd look for a buy setup on the S&P that looks something like this. I see. I have this consolidation below the previous day's high. It allows me to place a stop loss below this consolidation, and in case I have a breakout, I'd look for a buy trade. Of course, take profit 1 to 2. Yeah. So when the breakout occurs upon retesting the zone, entry, stop loss, take profit 1 to 2. And that's all I'd be watching throughout today on the SP chart. On gold, you know I've been telling you for the past few days, I was following this short trade with interest, following the same strategy. See, another consolidation zone. We've had a breakout. My outlook would be bearish on gold based on the charts from the last few days. And right now it's entered the zone where the trade is executed. And I want to see if my take profit will be hit during the day and how this trade unfolds. On oil, you know I left you this trade yesterday. Based on the movements that occurred, we see that the trade hit take profit in a very short time. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't even get to upload the material, and the take profit was already hit. There were a few more bearish trades. In the current situation, we see how another bearish flag was created, breakout, retest, and a new downward move. Plus, we see what I thought was the most interesting setup, where we have a slight consolidation above the previous day's low, and here we see breakout, retest again. So the bearish outlook I had yesterday seems to have been confirmed, and we've had multiple setups in this direction. Right now, we see that a larger move has occurred, and we're on a potential retest again, right? Because here I see the following aspect. I see a potential head and shoulders, right? And we see how the news, to some extent, tends to be slightly bearish for oil regarding the conflict in Iran. Right now, I'd be looking for small sell setups in this area, right? In case I get a breakout, retest of this consolidation, and of course, if the downward move continues, I'm interested in sell trades down to this low. If it's reached and there's a rejection, from that point on, I'm no longer looking for sell trades. The next level below, which I'll look for sell trades, would be below this support zone. And that's how I built my plan for today. And oh, of course, for the euro as well. Since, we were discussing, we had a few bullish things here that I was following. We see that this upward move has been confirmed. Now we're in this setup that I've been following for the past few days. We see that a breakout occurred to the upside, but we see that there's no follow through. In such a situation, because a false breakout occurred at the previous day's high, I'd move the stop loss to break even here to avoid any further risk. Since right now, buyers have every reason to push the price higher. And if it comes back to the entry zone, it's clear that the probability would be quite high that it would go straight to our stop loss. And this is how we manage our trades in real time. Now, if I were to look at the intraday side right now, I think this is actually news from the economic calendar because if the price, yeah, has such an aggressive move, it means it's a move caused by news, meaning these are fundamental things that have nothing to do with the technical side. That's exactly why the moment this move would be invalidated would be if we go back above the previous day's high and above that area. That one, and from there, I'd look for other buy setups. As I told you, all this information, so you can understand what continuation setups mean and my way of acting, is you can get it through that free course. You have the Bing X affiliate link in the description. You need to create an account on the Bing X platform through my affiliate link. Trade a volume of $100, and then there's an email where you send your UID, and I'll give you access to the free trading course so you can learn all these strategies and my approach when it comes to trading. And all that's left for me is to wish you a wonderful day ahead. Good luck with everything you've planned. And of course, last but not least, smile more often because it costs you nothing.